We know all about you. We can Google. We have records. You made us happy with.
I don't have to say anything then.
Such beautiful music. But who is George Duke?
I'm all of that.
All of that. Okay, that's a quick answer.
Essentially, I'm a guy that loves music. A musician who actually believes that style of music is virtually irrelevant. You know, I'm not a musical snob. In other words, I don't.
No.
I'm not a musical snob where I say, okay, this is straight ahead jazz and that's the only thing that exists, or this is funk and that's the only thing that exists, or this is Latin music or whatever. I'm not about that. I'm about music that has no walls. You know, hey man, in the end, I guess I'm about feelings that have no walls, languages that have no walls. People have to learn how to come together. The music, I think, is okay when it comes together as well, if it's honest.
Yes.
And so basically, though I play a lot of different styles of music, it's all me. It's I'm not a musical elitist, and I'll give you a real good example. I love Igor Stravinsky.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite composers. But I get as much enjoyment out of that, Rite of Spring, those kinds of things that he wrote when he was very young, as I do Parliament Funkadelic Mothership Connection.
Yeah.
Now, there.
Okay, thank you.
Just as much enjoyment.
Yeah.
It's two different ways of looking at the same group of notes. And because we're all playing the same notes, but totally different. Totally different the way it's presented, what it's for in many ways. I love that. I think the canvas is white. It's like this wall. You can paint whatever color or texture you want on it. It doesn't have to remain just black or red. All colors.
Different colors.
And that's who I am as a musician.
Yes.
I think there are too many musicians that concentrate only in one area. You know, and I think they live longer musical lives on a higher level if they would spread it around a little bit.
Yes.
It's like the money market.
They can grow.
Yeah,
As persons.
As people, yeah.
As people.
I want to, you know, when I started playing Brazilian music, because I love Brazilian music, in order for me to do that, I had to go to Brazil. I needed to live among the people to figure out what made this music work, because it came from the people. It's systemic, organic.
Yes.
Okay.
That's beautiful. And what I saw, you saw how music could trigger emotions and of course and affects relationships.
Yes.
That's also very important.
Yeah, I think that music in a wireless way, which is interesting, is that you can reach feelings of people wirelessly. It's not like I'm actually touching them. It just, it gets through them almost, if you will, by osmosis. But it touches them very deeply if they find something that really touches them. Yeah, I think personally, the cause and effect relationship, I love to have something happen where the audience participates.
Yes.
It's not me giving a performance to them. It's us
together
living a shared
sharing. So you have a good time,
experience.
The people have a good time, and they can learn. And
whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Absolutely. It's a shared experience, and I like them to be as involved as me.
Yes.
I feel like if I was on a concert stage in a concert hall, you know, people were just sitting there like, you know, that's great, and I know classical music went that way. I really hope that jazz on a certain level does not completely go that way, because it didn't come from that. You know, maybe classical music came from that, but certainly the jazz, the music that had its infancy in Africa with the rhythms, came from dance. It was a way of speaking. It came through the brothels in New Orleans. I mean, it was a guttural music, a dirt music, and they combined with the European element of melody and harmony, it became that marriage really worked.
Yes.
It made a beautiful child. Children, not just child.
It's a tree with different branches.
Gospel, rock and roll, R&B, you know, on and on and on. So it's you know, but it had, in order to remain living, the emotional part of it, the dance part of it, needs to be kept in it. I really believe that because that's where it came from. And once you lose the essence of what it is, you lose it. Then you might as well just put it on the wall. It's it's just a relic, and it doesn't mean as much to as many people. It's a smaller audience. To keep it living, it's got to be allowed to change and grow. Okay, enough philosophy.
I know. I love it too because. Therefore, we are big fans also of your music, and our son is also a big fan of you. He's living here in Rotterdam at the conservatory, and he said he loves your diversity of your music.
Yeah, you have such a lot of different music, and but I'm curious about tonight. So, what are you gonna play?
It'll be that. All kinds of stuff.
Really?
Everything that I can do. Obviously, I won't be able to sing as much as I normally do, but I can still play. And we'll do all kinds of music from my early records to my last album, and a lot of things in between. So a few surprises, which I'll let you hear on your own.
Okay.
And we do all kinds. We do fusion. We do a lot of funk. We have a big party at the end. Usually have a big funk fest at the end. But we start out generally playing some things where the band can loosen up and play. Everybody in the band gets a chance to kind of stretch out. And we'll do some Brazilian music, some like whatever we feel like in the middle. I never know quite what's going to happen, but the beginning and the end is pretty much set.
Okay, nice.
You know.
And T-Jam?
We haven't been playing T-Jam.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like that. Yeah, we haven't played that on this tour yet. We know it.
Because my name is Tianam.
Well?
Yeah, and they call me T. So I like T-Jam.
T-Jam.
So maybe you could play it tonight, but...
Well, we'll see where we go.
You had so many Grammys. Which Grammy made you cry inside?
None of them?
None of them.
No, I don't have that many Grammys. I actually have, I've been nominated for a lot. I have two, both for producing my cousin Diane Reeves. And I don't have one as an artist, never won one as an artist. It's kind of interesting. But I spent 25 years in the studio, just constantly in the studio, not out here in Amsterdam and Rotterdam touring. But none of them made me cry. It's not the reason I got in music is to win awards. You know, it's, I'll give you an example. Stevie Wonder, if I'm right, won his first Grammy for the telephone song. I just called to say, I love it. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that song, but out of all the great material he wrote in his life before that, he got his first Grammy for the telephone song. I thought that was quite telling.
Okay. When was the moment that you were aware of that your music, the piano, was your passion, your future?
Well, I wanted it to be my voice. That was my voice coming out of the piano. My mom took me to see Duke Ellington, and that had a tremendous effect on me. That and the organist that was in this church that I played across from me, and he was so soulful, so it wasn't funky. It wasn't called funky, but looking back at it, that's what it was. So it was the blues in a spiritual context. And I thought that was amazing, and I needed to figure out what that was. So the piano became my voice. I knew instantly, really, by the time I saw Duke Ellington at 4.5, 5 years old, that's what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know when, if I'd be able to do it, if I could make a living doing that. But I could actually visualize myself doing what Duke Ellington was doing.
So your dreams came true?
I guess to a degree.
Yes, a lot of dreams.
Yes.
Do you have any more adventures ahead?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I have a lot of things I haven't done that I like to do before I check out.
Okay.
Whether I get to them all or not, we'll see. But you know, you deal with the time you're given.
Yeah.
So for me, Yeah, I'd like to do a real George Duke big band record. It's something that I haven't done. I've done a lot of big band charts and shows, and I've never done an album. Okay, so that's something I want to do. I also want to do more centrally dedicated music to a particular style. For example, that's culturally oriented. For example, I like to go to Africa, India, maybe even China, who knows, and do an album combining what I know and feel about music with the indigenous people of the region. Not necessarily stars. I mean people that make music not because they can write it, not because they get paid to do it, because they have to do it. It's in the heart. And so I want to do that. I absolutely want to go back to Brazil and make another Brazilian love affair record. That's high on the list. And I want to do another fusion album. I mean a real fusion album.
Well, I call your music, well, some of your music, because you have diversity, like After Dinner Drink, The Touch. It's like film music. It's make me, it's a bit daydreaming music.
Oh, which one? Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Oh, you mean Your Woods?
Yes.
What were you saying?
Sorry?
I missed what you said.
After Dinner
After Dinner Drink.
And The Touch.
Yeah, The Touch. After Hours. CD.
Yes, and it's making me very calm and relaxed.
Well, you won't be relaxed tonight. We don't do much of that.
Or close to you. I like close to you.
Yeah. Well, you like those ballads, yeah.
No, but it isn't just a ballad, I think.
Yeah.
It's more than a ballad.
Well, in the ballads, I try to... it's basically a conversation. It's a musical conversation. Or a lyrical conversation. I try to get a thought across. And when I'm singing it, when I'm able to do it, I do it as if it's a conversation, as opposed to sing a series of rhythms that are exact. Right? Da 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 da. I try to make it da 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 da.
Yes.
So it's more like speech, cadences.
Yes. Okay. Well, you had so many highlights in your musical adventures. Which one touched you really?
Well, there were several actually. The time I spent with Frank Zappa and the Mothers Intervention was very important to me. Very much the reason that I am who I am today, because Frank was so open, and he brought that to me and caused me not forcefully, but basically got me to open up in a lot of ways in terms of singing, getting allowing my humor to come out in my music, which I love in music, humor, all of that. Playing synthesizers. Frank Zappa was the reason for that.
Wow.
Cannonball Adderley was another one that was important. My association with Miles Davis was very important. And Stanley Clarke. Can't leave him out. Billy Cobham. There are a lot. I can't name just one.
And your friendship with Stanley?
Yes, we're actually doing a tour next year. The Clarke Duke Project is on the road again next year, starting in April. And unfortunately, we're not coming to Europe. We're just doing state in Asia. Because Stanley has prior commitments here in Europe. So that'll have to wait.
And a big question. George Duke, a man of the world. And you are still modest, humble.
I try to be.
How do you do it?
Well, you're just who you are. I mean, just the fact that you play music and you get on the stage and people clap for you doesn't mean that I'm greater than you or anybody else out there. It just that doesn't establish your greatness. I don't believe. Greatness is another thing. That's something we constantly strive for. I strive to meet people halfway, meet them equally, and give them more than that, and then let them decide for themselves whether they want to be my friend or enjoy what I have to offer. Like I said, I'm not a musical elitist, and I'm not a personal elitist either, in terms of meeting people. Yeah, I get tired sometimes, like I'm tired when I walk in here, but still, you know, I agreed to do this, and so I came downstairs and did it because you spent your time to come here. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do that interview because you know
I'm so grateful.
it's ridiculous. You know, for people to feel like they have to have that type of attitude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to thank you for your precious moments, the stolen moments, and wish you love, luck, happiness, and a lot of joy.
And vice versa.
Well, it's a rich life, and I hope to that you have a lot of time to make wonderful music, and to smell the roses, and give it to the world, and
well, I hope so too,
yes.
And I'll do it as long as I can. I thoroughly enjoy what I do. It's no joke. My smiling on stage is not fake, and even if I'm tired, I don't. But whatever it is, if I'm working on fumes like we are, the band is pretty tired. It's been a long tour with only 3 days off.
Yeah.
We're all feeling it, but we will come with it tonight.
Yeah.
We will give what we have, and hopefully that'll be enough. As far as the After Hours CD, we played several songs from that CD. Matter of fact, I'll do one for you tonight.
Yeah.
If they have a nice piano. Do I have a piano tonight, Bob? Do I have a real piano tonight? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll play something from that for you.
Oh, thank you very much.